Hello, welcome to the Sweet Spot. Today you're cooking with black pearl, and I am doing a pearl couscous in a beef stew sauce. So let's get started. Okay, so here I have some frozen peppers. It's a stir fry, vegetable stir fry. So what I'm gonna do is that I am gonna blend this together with 2 cloves of garlic and 1 jalapeno pepper. If you don't have, you don't need it. So let's go ahead and blend those together. And this is for our meat. We'll do 1½ cups of the stir-fried peppers and onions. Go ahead and get those in there. And if you want it fresh, then you can. Your 2 garlics, your pepper. Go ahead and cover it down. Blend it. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so turn your stove to high, first of all. We're gonna add, let's say 2 tablespoons of oil. Coconut oil, olive oil, whatever oil you have. Go ahead and put that in there. We're gonna go ahead and add our peppers and onions and garlic and jalapeno to it. Since this was frozen, it's going to pop a little, so be careful. Okay, we're gonna leave this on high and let it cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. Stir in periodically, that's so it doesn't burn. Okay, so what I have for meat is some beef stew, boneless chunk. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and take it out. Place it in your dish. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some apple cider vinegar to our meat to wash it. So 2 capsules should be enough. So we're gonna add some cold water. And we're just gonna let it sit in the apple cider vinegar for the 5 to 7 minutes. So let's go ahead and we're gonna put a cover on. Okay. So we have approximately 5 minutes left on the cooking down of our vegetables. If you notice, I don't know if you can see because of the smoke, but the oil is separating from the vegetables, and that's what you're looking for. Give it a stir. It will be sticking to the bottom. Don't worry about that. From here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn it down to medium low. That's why you have to stir it periodically. That's so it doesn't like really stick. It will stick, but not really. So from here, since we have approximately 5 minutes, well 4 minutes now, we're gonna go ahead and cover that back down. And we're gonna move on to our meat. Let's go ahead and wash this meat off. Okay. I'm draining it until the blood has run out. And to this, what we're gonna do, we're gonna season it. All right, so to this, I have some oregano. You can choose to use fresh oregano, but this is what I have. We're gonna use half of a tablespoon of the oregano. After 7 minutes, go ahead and turn your vegetables off. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to use a tablespoon of the parsley. We have some allspice here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to just give that a half of a teaspoon of the allspice. A half of a teaspoon of allspice. Half of a teaspoon of seasoning salt. So we have the seasoning salt. Give me half of a teaspoon of that. We have some cilantro. We're going to do half of a tablespoon of this. We're going to use a little bit of curry, nothing much. So a half of a teaspoon of curry. We're going to use a full tablespoon of paprika. Level it out. Half a teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt. Okay, let's go ahead and wash our hands. And we're going to go ahead and work this into the meat. Okay, from here we're going to let this sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. I want to say about a tablespoon of coconut oil or whatever oil you have. Put it in a pan. All right. Here goes our meat. We're going to add our meat into the frying pan. Okay, we're going to leave that on high for a little while, about 3 to 4 minutes, and we're going to turn it down just a smidgen. And with this, you don't want to get rid of that. You want to add, we're going to add our water to this, and this is going to, we're going to throw this back into the pot. So let's go ahead and just put maybe a cup of water in your bowl. Okay, so we're about 3 minutes in. It's already burning at the bottom. So let's go ahead and flip it over. We turned down our stove to medium. The remaining spices from the beef. Just go ahead and pour that cup of water right in there. See, look at that color. Perfect. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is that we're going to actually add in the stir-fried vegetables, the garlic, and the jalapeno. We're going to go ahead and put that in there. Go ahead and give that a stir. We are going to go ahead and add our apple cider vinegar. Half of a tablespoon apple cider vinegar. And a full tablespoon of ketchup. Okay, go ahead and add that in. We're going to go ahead and cover it down. And we're going to let this cook for about 25 to 30 minutes on medium low. Go ahead and put your cover on. Or 1 3/4 of water. And to that, I'm going to add 1½ cup of couscous. Nothing much. But what we're going to do, we're going to bring it to a boil on high. We're going to take it, turn it down to low. We're going to add our couscous for 8 to 10 minutes. And simmer for 5. And I'll be back. Go ahead and cover that. Okay, so the couscous is finished. So what we're going to do now is fluff it up. And to that, we're going to add about this much of butter. That's not too much, right? Put it in there and just give this a fluff. Nice and gentle. So this is what the meat looks like. This is what our couscous look like. I'll come back after I plate it and show you guys how I put it together for our dinner. I'll be back. Thank you for cooking at the Sweet Spot with Black Pearl. Enjoy.